gaining patents for Ayurveda products. So one was this, cow urine usage in Ayurveda was blamed left and right from all sides. Ayurveda cow urine, oh, they use cow urine. That was had become a taboo over Ayurveda practice as a whole. But if you search, cow urine has been patented in US. And even ashwagandha also recently, not ashwagandha as a whole, but vithanolides, if I'm not wrong, it has got a patent for usage as a vaccine adjuvant. So now, on one side, it is a good sign for Ayurveda that modern people are also getting patent for Ayurveda products. So the credibility of Ayurveda and the popularity and the scientific basis of Ayurveda is getting proven across all countries is one good thing, but it should not lead to a condition where we have to get their permission to use our own herbs and medicines.
No, it is not like that. Already, whatever the information available regarding the clinical aspects, where it is usage and all those things of many of the drugs, almost ashwagandha and these are popular drugs, have been already available in the digital mode and all the areas, particularly from the China and the Indian origin, whatever the drugs we are using it. Almost all ashwagandha, haridra, or even estimadu, shatavari, all guduchi, everything has been digitalized. The information about these drugs are already available in the net and even by the authorities. Those who are giving the certification, they are also very clever and very clear. They are not giving the certification for what already existed in as a human knowledge present known to somebody. Now what they are doing is something different. They are trying to put it out in a certain words or things like vithanolide extracted from ashwagandha being used as an adjuvant for post-COVID or during COVID for the immunity boosting activity or something like that, or supporting to the vaccination. So something like this type of integration type of things they are coming up with, because they know the limitations of their science, and they know that there is something in Ayurveda and these type of things which has been previously branded as alternative science, but they are also the mainstream science say things with their own backup and their own basis and fundamental principles. So now they want to incorporate those things into this, but they can't take it right away from that as a hesitation and also legal complications. That's why they come out with this new vistas and areas, so they can explain these things like vithanolides are using them in a particular type or something like that. So now straight away they don't go for the intellectual property right registration for the ashwagandha, but it is using it in any typical condition. Because see, now if I go and ask ashwagandha in COVID, they will give, because COVID is a new situation which is not explained in Ayurveda or anywhere digitalized. So they will give them the permission, and even they'll if the data is given, then they'll accept it. So this is what happening. And one part of is this such type of activities is not only enhancing or giving an acceptance and certifying the Ayurvedic principles and Ayurveda and these drugs. Moreover, it is also giving a wide publicity and acceptability among the population. Definitely it will give a boost for the development and even the growth of Ayurveda. That is acceptable.
In Ghaziabad, there is one government institution called as TKDL, Traditional Knowledge Digital Library. One of my friends was working there, and they have kind of Ayurveda database and references of all the Ayurveda herbs that they are there. So whenever this ashwagandha or triphala, whichever the patent is applied anywhere in the world, they will be tracking these patents. And if there is a traditional Ayurveda disease match with the traditional Ayurveda herb or any medicine, so they will provide this information and block that patent being given to somebody else. So what you said is very correct. So only for the same ashwagandha or vithanolides, only for the newer disease or newer approach to disease or vaccine aid, or in those areas only it is being given, and Ayurvedic usage or classical Ayurvedic usage is being protected by the government of India.
Yeah, definitely. That type of things are to be protected, and if anybody try to use those information, that should be given the royalty to the person one who bears or holds the basic primary information. So this any even cow urine or whatever it is, all these should be. They had a taboo first in the beginning, but when they understand it and analyze it scientifically, they came to know about the potential of these drugs, and now they are trying to accept it and explore them in their own modalities. But the only thing is that Western science, they don't accept as it is what it is said in Ayurveda, but they try to take it up and they try to analyze and digest it, just like how our body does. Even though we eat vegetarian food, it is be subjected for digestion and ultimately it made homogeneous with the body tissues and then only it's absorbed. Similarly, they'll do it. They'll just simply take our things and they'll segregate it and classify it, and they give their own naming and terminologies, and then they'll accept it in their science. And it's somewhat, it is good. It is also for the purpose of growth of Ayurveda and acceptance of Ayurveda. It is acceptable.
Yeah, and they recently they named pranayama as a rhythmic breathing therapeutic protocol for some asthma or some other disease. They want to name it in their own unique way. Otherwise, calling it as yoga and pranayama. They feel it as a kind of a surrenderance, a very typical attitude there.
They have that attitude because that's the reason. See, observe that when all these Ashwagandha, Guduchi, and Shatavari, these are all very typically we call it as a Rasayana. The term they would have taken it as it is, but what they have done it is instead of Rasayana, they went it for immunomodulator, antioxidant scavengers, antioxidants, and so many things. They come out with the new terminologies to accept that. Let it be what they accept it, whatever the form, but it is a Rasayana only.
Yeah, ultimately, I mean, with whatever the names, if the Ayurveda principles are getting proven, whatever our Master Charaka, Sushruta, from there to Sharangara, Vaishya, whatever they have told, if they are getting into the masses and ultimately if the public is benefited, we should be very happy.